Good morning, guys. Dawn, the unretired happiest carnivore. Still not sure about that. Maybe I should just go with the unretired carnivore. It's too long. It sounds weird. But anyway, the reason I wanted to talk to you guys today is since I started talking about unretirement, you would be amazed by the comments and the messages I've received from other people who are not only in the same position as me, but even worse. And it blows me away because it's like we're the silent ones. We don't have YouTube channels. You don't hear from us. Most YouTube channels are on people that are doing really well and want to share advice and help you. People like us hide. We're embarrassed. It's like, what did we do wrong? Everybody else is doing so well. Well, you're not alone. We're out there. We're just quiet. But I'm not. I want to help other people that are in the same position as me and worse. And I know a lot of you who are prepared are saying, well, how did that happen? What did you do wrong? Well, let me tell you, a lot of us were raised with families that had no financial understanding. I didn't even know how to have a bank account until I was married. I knew nothing about money except how to earn it. And a lot of people are in that same position. They didn't even know what to do. Or, a lot of us are blue collar workers and we were living paycheck to paycheck. There was nothing to save. Everybody's saying, well, you should have saved some. There was nothing to save. We still barely made it living paycheck to paycheck. We scrimped and saved just to make it. You know what I mean? There's people that have gone through devastating divorces that wiped them out and they had to start all over in their 40s and 50s and even 60s. There's people that had to stay home to take care of elderly parents while only one of the partners was able to go to work. There's people that got sick or people that got forced out of their jobs in their 50s and had to start all over and work their way back up. Just there's so many different stories. They're all different, but the theme is, they don't know what to do. They're facing retirement and they're scared because frankly, they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Once they're forced out of their jobs, which is what happens to a lot of people, they don't quit. They don't want to quit. But, when you get to a certain age, they kind of, it's time for you to go. And they find themselves living on Social Security, which is maybe a third, if they're lucky, of what they're living on now. And they have to figure it out. They have to move, they have to downsize. And frankly, it's hard to downsize nowadays because I don't know if you've seen what has happened with the rents. I don't know. I don't know how people are doing it. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of us out there and I want to devote my channel to helping them and finding ideas and ways that they can cope. I know, like I said, I come from a blue collar background, construction, and this is something I know it's going to tick a lot of you people off that don't understand, that weren't in this field. But when we were, younger and working, we would try and get our taxes down when we go into the tax guy to where we didn't have to pay as much because they didn't pull taxes out. The companies that we worked for, we were responsible for that. And like I said, we're living paycheck to paycheck. So we didn't set aside money to pay the taxes. So when it came time, we'd go into the tax man and we'd be like, can you get our taxes down so I don't have to give them, $10,000? And they did. And I don't want your opinion on whether that was right or wrong. I'm just telling you the facts of how this happens to a lot of people. So anyway, we learned very early on that that wasn't beneficial for us, especially since we wanted to buy a house when we were younger. You need to show your income, so we did have to pay a lot. But a lot of people couldn't do that. And so they didn't pay in a lot. So when it comes time to draw on their Social Security, even though they probably made a decent amount of money, it's not going to show up. So they're going to get a minimal amount, which is fair. And they know that, if you didn't pay into it, you're only going to get so much. But yeah, so now a lot of, I don't know if you've noticed, like I said, I'm in that field. I see tons of older guys in their 70s, hunched over, still hanging drywall, painting, doing construction because they literally have no choice. I've seen so many guys that are just like, I'm going to work until I die. I have no choice, or I'm going to have to move in with one of my kids. I've seen single parents who have raised kids by themselves with no child support because the other spouse took off, either with the wife or the husband, and they have struggled just to raise their kids by themselves. And now they're there's no money. They weren't able to save anything, and they don't have a house to fall back on. Some of them were, renting apartments or mobile homes or living with somebody, and they just don't have it. And I don't want to hear from anybody who wants to chastise me or people that live like that. If I even get an inkling that that's where you're going in your comment, I'm hit the delete button, because that's not what this is about. I want to help empower other people that are in this position. I want to do some research and find ways that we can cope and we can make it. I feel very fortunate, like I said, because we were able to buy a home when we were young. That makes a huge difference to have a home, when you retire, but not everybody does. Like I said, I've heard from many people that are living in apartments where the rent just keeps going up. Not everybody has family to fall back on. This is how people end up homeless. Hard-working people that have worked all their lives and weren't able to save any money because they were, supporting families or whatnot, are going to find themselves homeless. Or, there's the movement, the RV movement or van life movement. I can totally see why people end up doing what they're doing. You got to figure it out. You got to do what you got to do. But like I said, it's not everybody inherits money from their families. Not everybody was able to buy a home. Not everybody was able to save. Not everybody even understood how finances work. They were just going to work, doing what they were supposed to do. And before they knew it, they were in their 60s, and it was like, okay, now life is going to change. Now you're not supposed to be working anymore. You need to stay home. And it's like, well, how do I do that without bringing in a paycheck? Well, you're going to live off your savings and your paid for house and your pension. But I don't have any of that. What? Well, I can't help you. Go away. That's basically how we feel. We're on our own. Um, like I said, I know I'm a little more fortunate than some people, but I'm still struggling. I'm still there. I'm not looking at retiring anytime soon. We don't have huge amounts of money. And now that I'm healthier and my husband's healthy, we could outlive what savings we do have. And we won't be able to retire in the manner of which we would have liked to, which wasn't flamboyant by any means. Like I've been telling you guys, we simply wanted to be comfortable, to not have to worry about our bills, and maybe do a little traveling after working so hard. Is that too much to ask for, to be able to have some leisure time and enjoy it? Apparently it is, because I have been chastised for wanting that. And like I said, I'm not putting up with it anymore. If I even get an inkling, I can tell by the first sentence where you're going, I'm going to hit the delete button, because I don't need that negativity. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not asking anybody to pay for me, and neither are these other people. They're just saying this is their predicament. They don't know what to do, and they're looking for answers, and they've been searching on YouTube, and nobody out there is talking about it, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You feel like a big fat failure. And even if you've worked your butt off all your life, if you weren't money smart, that's like a crime in, our society. You should know. You should know how to invest money. You should know how to take those risks. And and you should have had better parents. It's your fault that your parents didn't leave you any money. So anyway, what am I up to? Almost up to 10 minutes. I got to go to my job because I am unretired, but I want to talk more about this like I always do. And I want to hear from you. Don't be embarrassed to tell me your story. If you want to message me privately, my email's on there because I know it's hard for some of you guys, and you're worried about other people commenting. If I see those comments, I will delete them, even if they comment to you guys. So don't worry about it. I got you covered. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's a beautiful day. I gotta work, but I'm grateful that I'm healthy enough to do it at 63. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the comments and in the next video. Take care.